Let's discuss one more question related to finding the 4 solutions of this equation here. So far we discussed very simple equations like 2x plus y is equal to 1. So we were easily able to make this subject. Previously it was way easier. It was already given x is equal to 2y. Now let's discuss when you don't have coefficient as 1, then what to do, right? Simple. Let's start. Let's discuss. You'll understand how to do this one. So equation is 2x plus 3y is equal to 5. Okay, and we need to find the 4 solutions for this equation. So how shall we do? Remember, the first step is to make any of the variable as the subject, right? So either you make x or either you make y. Generally what I advise you to make the subject as the variable, right, when you have the coefficient 1, but here we don't have it, right? So here you make any of the variable as the subject, that will not change anything, right? You still need to get the same amount of efforts. So it's okay. Let's start with the y, or let's start with the x. We'll make the x as the subject. So what we need to do, shift 3y there. So 2x is equal to 5 minus 3y, and this 2 will be in the denominator. So x is equal to 5 minus 3y over 2. This is my equation over here. Now here how we need to deal, first of all understand this very clearly. We are going to draw graphs as well related to this, or maybe up to of this equation only, right, in future, in next videos. So how we need to get, always try to get the whole numbers as the x. Now I tell you, we'll take value of 0, then 1, then 2 and 3, whatever values we take. First of all, let's say if you are taking the value of y as the 0, if you take value of y as the 0, you will be getting this term as 0, so 5 by 2. You are getting answer in the form of fraction, 5 by 2. Now, when you plot this, right, it is difficult to plot it. Yes, we can plot it, okay, it's not difficult for few people, but it is possible. Then why don't you try to get the whole numbers, only whole numbers, so you can plot in way easier manner. Okay, so for that, remember how we need to think of the values of y, that whatever you get it, this number should be even, right? Why even? That is 2 in denominator, so we can do cancellation very easily, right? If you take the value of y as the 1, value of y as the 1, so 5 minus 3, that is 2, even number, good. Okay, if you take value of y as 2, 3 2s are 6, and 5 minus 6, minus 1 will be there, odd number, cancellation is not possible. Okay, now let's take 3, 3 3s are 9, 9 minus 5 will be 4. So understand one thing, if you take value of y as the odd number, then you are getting this numerator as the even number, right? So try to think like this, try to get the whole number, because while you plot it, it is easier to plot when you have whole number rather than the fractions. Here I have taken 2. If you have 3 into denominator, suppose if you made y as the subject, right, in that case you will be getting something like in denominator 3, right? So 1 upon 3, it is way difficult to plot it. 5 by 2 is way easier, but 1 upon 3 it is way difficult, right? So that's why we always prefer to have value of x and y as the whole number, so we can plot in easier manner. Let's start first of all with the values of y and x, y and x. So will I be taking here 0? No, I will not be taking, right? It's not always compulsory to take 0, 1, 2, 3 only. It's up to your choice. Now, can we take minus 1 over here? Think, minus 1 into minus 3, that is positive 3. 5 plus 3, that is 8. 8 by 2 is 4, right? So we can take value of this as minus 1. Then minus 2 can we take? Again, there is a problem. I told you take odd number, that will work out. So let's start with minus 3. Here, minus 3, minus 1, then 1 and 3. So I'm going to take these 4 values and I'm going to get the solution for each of them. So let's start. First, y is equal to minus 3. So y is equal to minus 3. So x is equal to 5 minus, okay, 3, and instead of y, what are we going to write? See here, minus 3, and denominator there will be 2. So 5 minus minus plus, and 9 here, 9 and 5, that is what? 14. So 14 by 2, so that is 7. See, I have substituted whole number and I'm still getting whole number. This is the beauty. You need to understand the logic. It will be very helpful while you plot the graph. Now let's move on to the next solution, that is y is equal to minus 1. So here x is equal to 5 minus 3 into minus 1 over 2, and here 5 plus 3 over 2, that is 8 by 2. So answer is 4. What is the second solution? Y is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to 4 is the second solution. Let's move on to the third one. Third, I have taken y is equal to 1. So let's start. Y is equal to 1. So x is equal to 5 minus 3. Instead of y, what will I write? 1 in this case. Divide by 2. So 5 minus 3, that is 2 by 2. So answer is 1. Okay, so if I take y is equal to 1, I get x is equal to 1 as well. Interesting. Then last one, which is y is equal to 3. Y is equal to 3. So x is equal to 5 minus 3 into 3 over 2 into denominator. So 5 minus 3 is a 9, and here 2. So minus 4 by 2. Here I am getting minus 2 as the solution. So minus 2 it is. So these are my 4 solutions for the equation 2x plus 3y is equal to 5. Remember what was the unique in this topic, right? We are not having 1 as the coefficient of any of the variable, right? In that case, you can make x as a subject or y as the subject. It will work out. But remember the values of y. Don't take any random value. There will be lots of fractions will be lined up for you, right? That's difficult situation to plot it. I want you to practice right now itself if possible from this method onwards, that to get all the whole numbers in the table, not the fractions, right? So we need to keep in mind to get the fractions that numerator should be multiple of denominator. In this case we have 2, so we only talk about the even number. If 3, then we need to make sure that whatever we get into numerator should be multiple of 3, right? First of all, do trial and error method. That will be easy for you. Substitute few numbers. Like I identify that if you put the value of y as the odd number, then you will always get the whole number. So there always will be some kind of catch that you need to understand, right? So after choosing the values of y or whatever variable, substitute into the formula, show the calculation, then do the calculation and get your 4 solutions.